somebody that in love you keep repeating certain situations over and over and over again, or maybe you're choosing the wrong partners for you. You know they're not good for you, but you just feel wildly attracted to them. Or maybe you're in a partnership and you just don't feel like it's healthy. You don't feel happy, radiant, beautiful. You don't feel nourished and fulfilled. Well, this could mean that you have incorrect love programming. So what is incorrect love programming and where does it come from? Now, in humanity, up until this point, I don't actually think that we as a human race have experienced high vibrational love. I think we have so many ideas of what love is, and that's why it just feels like we have half the cake without the other half and without the icing. So, where does incorrect love programming come from? So, first, it can come from the collective consciousness. Now, the collective consciousness represents the culture, it represents society, it represents what we read in literature, our fairy tales that we grew up with, what we see on the TV, on our favorite shows, on our favorite films, what we listen to in music. All of these things are part of the collective consciousness, and they shape our idea of love. They kind of tell us like this is what we should be going for, right? Like couple goals. Like when we see things on social media, we're like, okay, that's what I should be going for. When we hear something on YouTube, it's like, oh no, that's what I should be doing. When we hear a situation in like music, we're like, oh, those are the kind of situations I should be in. That's normal. It's collective consciousness. It's like a cloud above us that we have uploaded all our ideas and then we re-download the ideas back. So this is one place where incorrect love programming can come from. The next place is life experience. You know, whatever you've gone through in your life is what your mind will hold. Your mind is like a hard drive and it will hold the experiences that you've had in this life. You might think that is all that you can have. If you have not aligned and healed and calibrated to higher vibrations, then you will just keep re-attracting the situations that you've already experienced in your life. Now, the third one is mother, father wounds, and early life experience. Now, our ideas of who we are and what we are actually start at the moment of conception. And I talk so much about that in my mother and father wound masterclass. But you know what our experience was like in the womb, the state of our mother, like how she was feeling, the state of our father, how he was feeling. We start picking this up energetically, physically, emotionally. And in our early life experience, we start learning what love means to us by how we related to our caregivers and how our caregivers related to us, what we were rewarded for, what we were punished for. All these things start shaping our perception of love. Everything that we were rewarded for, we start thinking, okay, that's love. Everything we are punished for, we start thinking, okay, that's not love. But what if you are rewarded and punished for the wrong things, right? What if you are rewarded for being a people pleaser and you thought, okay, that's what I need to do to love somebody? And you go into your adult life and you do everything you can to please that person, but you might be a match to someone who's more narcissistic in nature because maybe in their life experience they got rewarded for being narcissistic in their adult life, or maybe that was the only way that they could have got attention. Maybe they got negative rewards, like they would do something bad and that's the time that their mother and father would pay attention to them, or their caregivers, right? So our early experience really shapes our perception of love. The fourth one is generational. So there could be repeating patterns throughout the generations. It could be that your grandmother, your great grandmother, your great great grandmother, you know, might have always had an alcoholic husband, or it could skip generations. Maybe your great grandfather was an alcoholic. Maybe your great great grandfather wasn't, but the one before that was, because it's the same thing. Like genetically, we carry certain dispositions and ailments biologically that we can get that kind of disease or whatever. It's the same thing emotionally, energetically, physically. We carry certain incompletions that have not been completed, that have not been learned from. So they keep repeating through the generational line. So things that you're attracted to, situations that you find yourself in, they might not even be from your life experience or your mother, father wound or the collective consciousness. They will be from your generational line, your ancestral line. The last one is soul lessons. Now, as a soul, we come into this body and we have a soul plan, we have our soul destiny, and there's certain things that we have not maybe completed in our past lifetimes. People call this karma, people call this soul lesson, people call this soul contract, like whatever you want to call it. But it could be a lesson that you're here to learn, a lesson that you're here to break free from, a lesson that you're here to learn about yourself, to not fall victim to that lesson, right? Maybe it's an abandonment thing. You always feel abandoned by your partners, and you might have in a previous lifetime abandoned someone. So you're coming here to see what it's like on the other side. And it's not punishment, it's just learning. Or maybe you have had a series of lifetimes being abandoned, and now you have come here to say, okay, I'm going to choose partners who are healthier. So it could go either way. So what will happen if you don't do anything to correct your love programming? Well, you will just continue to repeat whatever's going on for you, right? If you don't do anything to rewire your love programming and align to higher vibrational states, then your destiny will just be what it always has been. Because if you don't change anything, your life will just continue to be the same. So how do you heal? Now, I'm going to be telling you 3 things that you need to look for apart from love, so you're not falling into love programming, but you can also get a lot of free content and free resources on how to heal by signing up to my mailing list and also being part of my free 15-day virtual event with over 30 speakers where we talk about relationships, health, wealth, and spirituality. The link is down below. So what are the other 3 things that you need to look for if your love programming is not high vibrational? Now, number 1 is compatibility over compromise. The thing is, everybody talks about compromise, but compromise is more needed when you are less compatible with somebody. So if you are more compatible with somebody, you will naturally compromise, because you will naturally feel in sync, you will naturally feel fulfilled, you will naturally feel that it's give and take without having to manufacture the transactions between you, right? You will just naturally say, you know what, I feel so in sync with you that it's cool, I'll do this or whatever. It's not like taking note of I compromised on this and you compromised on that. The second thing is look for an emotionally healthy person. Look for somebody who is good at communicating, who's solution orientated, that has your back no matter what. And always strive to be emotionally healthy yourself by doing the inner work, by doing inner healing. Because the thing is, they're in relationships, you're not always going to be your best self. You're going to be up, you're going to be down, you're going to be in between, and you need someone that really has your back throughout all of that and really loves you for who you are, that has the skills to communicate, has the bandwidth to find solutions to your issues. The third thing is energetic balance. A lot of people talk about attachment styles, but they come at it from a psychological point of view. I'm going to come at it from an energetic point of view. So when you are energetically imbalanced, say you have more of an anxious kind of attachment style, you are actually giving more energy to that person. So what it looks like is the energy is leaving your body and going to the other person, because your whole world is centered around what they're doing, what they're not doing. Have they messaged you back? Have they not messaged you back? And of course, you can heal physically, psychologically, mentally, but we also have to heal energetically. How do we heal energetically? We need to know how to maintain the energy in our bodies, right? Instead of giving it out all the time. And this can completely be done energetically as well. The other thing is, if you're too avoidant, you will actually be pulling energy from the other person. So when you have moments of intimacy and moments of connection, and then you withdraw too much, you think you're running away from that person, but this will cause any person to be pulled. You're pulling that energy. So what is a secure person? A secure person is somebody that can keep the energy always within their aura, within themselves. They're not leaving energy here, there, and everywhere and feeling depleted and feeling like their mind is all over the place. That is a signal that you have a lot of energy leakages, right? Because a secure energetic, balanced person will be completely there with you, will be completely intimate with you, will be completely present. But as soon as that interaction is finished, you will have to come back into your own energy and get on with the other things in your life, the other beautiful experiences in your life. At the same time, you're not going to pull too far back that you're unavailable. You know, you're always there, you're always present when it's good for you to speak again. So energetic balance is truly important, and it is an art, and it is something that we need to learn, and it's the deepest inner work. So if that's something you're interested in and you want to reach out to me to work with me, my booking call link is down below. Thank you for being with me here today, and until next time, I'll see you on another video.